This is the story of a woman who lost her leg, her purpose, and almost her will to live until an unlikely companion showed her what it truly means to keep going. In a remote town called Tanana, Alaska, winter doesn't last for a season, it lasts for 8 months. Snow covers everything, roads disappear, and the only way to travel across the frozen land is by dog sled. For years, Kaia was one of the best sled racers in the region. She was fast, fearless, and deeply connected to her dogs, especially her lead dog, Storm. Together, they moved like one soul across the endless white. But one day, everything changed. During a brutal training run, a sudden ice break sent her sled crashing. The accident was violent. When Kaia woke up in the hospital, her right leg was gone. And just like that, so was her life as she knew it. People came to visit her. They brought flowers, sympathy, and soft voices filled with pity. "Your racing days are over," they said gently. But what hurt her most wasn't losing her leg, it was losing Storm. The accident had taken him to. That was the moment something inside Kaia broke completely. For the next 3 years, she disappeared not physically, but emotionally. She stayed inside her small cabin, watching the snow fall outside her window, day after day. She stopped visiting the sled trails, she stopped talking to people, and worst of all, she stopped believing in herself. Because when you lose the thing that gave your life meaning, silence becomes louder than any storm. Then one day something unexpected happened. A neighbor knocked on her door, holding a small, trembling husky puppy. "She was abandoned," he said. "And her front left leg is injured. She might never run properly." Kaia looked at the puppy. 3 legs working, 1 dragging behind. The puppy tried to stand, stumbled, fell, then got up again, and tried again and again. Something stirred inside Kaia. A tiny spark. She took the puppy in and named her Hope. At first, Kaia didn't have a plan. She didn't think about racing. She didn't think about the future. She just watched Hope. Every day, Hope would step outside into the snow, fall, struggle, and still try to run. New complaints, new hesitation, just pure instinct to move forward. One morning, as Kaia sat on the porch, she whispered to herself, "If she doesn't give up, why should I?" That was the turning point. The day she stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "Why not me?" Kaia began training again, slowly, painfully. She designed a special harness for herself, and another one for Hope. People in the town noticed. I whispered, "Is she serious? She can't race anymore. And that dog, it only has 3 legs." But Kaia didn't listen. Because sometimes the loudest voices are the ones you must learn to ignore. Training was brutal. In freezing winds, she fixed broken sled parts alone. On slippery ice, she fell again and again, her body screaming in pain. There were days she wanted to quit. Days when the cold felt unbearable. Days when fear whispered, "You're not strong enough." But every time she looked at Hope, she saw something stronger than fear. She saw determination, and slowly, step by step, they became a team. Not perfect, not complete, but unstoppable. 2 years later, Kaia made a decision that shocked everyone. She signed up for the Iditarod, one of the toughest dog sled races in the world, nearly 2,000 kilometers across Alaska's most dangerous terrain. Blizzards, frozen rivers, endless nights. And she was the only disabled competitor with a 3-legged lead dog. The media rushed in. Cameras flashed. Headlines called them the broken team. Kaia just smiled. "We're not broken," she said calmly. "We've just redefined what complete means." The race began. Days passed. Teams pushed forward through brutal conditions. Then came the most dangerous part, the Happy River. Suddenly, a violent blizzard hit. Visibility dropped to almost 0. The wind howled like it wanted to erase everything. Most teams stopped. Some turned back. Others waited, hoping the storm would pass. Kaia lay on her sled, her face covered in frost. She could barely see, barely breathe. For a moment, doubt returned. Then she reached forward and touched Hope. Hope stood firm. 3 legs, steady in the storm. In that moment, Kaia didn't see weakness. She felt strength. Pure, quiet, unshakable strength. She whispered, "Partner, let's go." And they moved forward. Alone. Through the storm, through fear, through pain. Because sometimes courage is not loud. Sometimes it is just one step, taken when no one else dares. Hours turned into days. And against all odds, they made it. They didn't finish first. They didn't break records. But when Kaia crossed the finish line, history was made. She became the first disabled woman to ever complete the race. Kaia fell to her knees in the snow. She wrapped her arms around Hope, tears freezing on her face. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. Not the rankings, not the headlines. Only one truth remained. They did not stop. When reporters gathered around her, asking questions, waiting for a powerful statement, Kaia looked at Hope and said, "Life broke my leg. And it broke hers too, but she taught me something I will never forget. As long as we move forward together, nothing can stop us from running. Because here's the truth. Success is built in small steps. Sometimes the greatest strength is patience. And the moment you stop comparing your path to others is the moment you finally start living your own story." Kaia and Hope were never the fastest. They were never the strongest. But they had something more powerful than both. They refused to quit. So the next time life knocks you down, the next time you feel like you've lost too much, remember this. You don't need to be perfect to keep going. You just need to take one more step, and then another and another, because broken doesn't mean finished. Sometimes it means you're about to become something stronger than ever before. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories.